Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm doing a walk around of the Venice Inn sign to kind of assess the condition and to see what we got. General appearance, we have it's been sitting in a wooded area, so it's kind of have some leaf litter and detritus on the sign, but it's seems to be in fairly decent condition. Doesn't seem all rotted out or anything like that. We are missing a few doors from the sign currently, but I have a feeling they're all in this pile of doors and access panels right here. The sign has obviously been painted and repainted multiple times. I've seen pictures of it where what you see is as red was all black, and what you see as green was red. So they just kind of changed the style of the colors at for certain times over the past. You can see it's a lot of incandescent light bulb sockets. These channel letters are all lined with incandescent light bulb sockets. The sign itself was originally lit with just incandescent, but I have a feeling they, after all the burning out of the incandescent bulbs and replacing them constantly, they switched to neon tubing, which was double stroke around the letters and also inside the letters. You can see tube stands on the outside here, and on the inside as well. You'll see there are no housings on the inside of the channel letters, so they had external GTOs run from the outer tubes to the inner tubes. The incandescent bulbs have been gone for many years. I don't know if I've even seen any photographs with them, but it's an interesting part of its history. You see most of the housing holes here don't even have housings in them, glass housings. So that will have to be addressed. Just random wires dangling around, hanging, etc. It's there are a lot of broken, smashed sockets. They're porcelain, or ceramic rather, and they have shattered over the years. Some bent up metal and whatnot. Oh, here's a bit of the red underneath the green, like I mentioned earlier. On the bit of a denting in the can a little bit, just probably from moving and handling, removing, etc. And of course down on this end, looks like it was maybe dropped a little bit at one point, kind of mangled in that corner. Interesting feature of this sign, unnoticeable until removal, was this when this N was taken off in sometime between the removal of the sign and me getting it here. It seems there is some sort of lettering underneath that I am unaware of its origin. Now, I'm not sure if it would seem with that the sign has been repurposed. It was originally something else, and then repurposed, rebadged, relabeled, if you will, as the Venice Inn. You can see the certain areas of this evidence, like these access panels, doors, that are underneath lighting bulb sockets. This, especially up here, it's quite obvious that they are a later addition. There's some evidence inside as well. I'll get on a little stepladder and show you. All right, now we're looking down from above into the can. You can see right here, there is a housing in the side of the can. And when you look on the outside, it is covered up by this channel letter. So there's a housing under here somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of evidence of something else under there as well. It's kind of exciting. What did this used to be? You can see where they made cutouts of the original sign to run the neon tube wiring, whether it be a housing or not. Here's another example. A housing hole that's partially covered up by a channel letter. Obviously that wasn't being used. And there are other, seems like extra holes, housing holes that are an excessive amount for the sign, like this V, since the inner tube was wired externally, so there would only be 2 spots for housings. But there are definitely more holes than that. Another interesting random feature I noticed was some cave paintings. I don't know if you can see them. What's that say? 10 holes? Sheet number 3. It's kind of hard to film this with lighting. Definitely more evidence of housings and wiring that unused as of in the current existence of this sign. This has 3 tiers: this top tier, a middle tier, and a lower tier inside this particular can. Well, that's interesting. There's a stepped layer. What is that? Interesting. You can see there are holes cut in for the wires of the channel letters there, which have been long been severed. An old transformer. Based on the color, I'd say it's probably a Jefferson Electric. I think there's probably another transformer or 2 in here somewhere. More holes cut for channel letters. Look at this hand-painted design. Fantastic. It's like the dot of an I or maybe a J. And of course we got inside. Looks like I have to be doing a little cleaning. A lot of deadfall and stuff in here. a little door down there. Not sure what that stepped area is. Oh, I think I see a transformer way back in there. Yeah, you see that right there? Wow. That's a beast. Gotta go dig that one out of there. Anyway, I like the fact that this is two-sided, because at some point I'd like to take all these letters and outlining off, see if I can discover what's underneath this paint. Find out the history of this sign before it was the Venice Inn. That way I can preserve one side, the Venice Inn, as is in the current state, and restore the other side. Ooh, the possibilities are exciting. If I can find out, sand off some of this paint, find out what's underneath, discover where these housing holes were, what they were, have two separate signs. Anyway, well, that's about it for this one. The walk around. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited to see what we can do for this in the future. Stay tuned for restoration updates. Subscribe for more neon related videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.